Okay, now this is really interesting because Pokemon Bank is coming out soon and it's going to change everything, and right now I'm trying to explore how much it's actually going to affect because we have the pre-Pokemon Bank moves that are illegal that will then become legal. So these are like egg moves and stuff like this. Also moves that just don't exist in the game right now, such as the unsketchable moves. So I mean, like acupressure and attack order, like these moves aren't legitimately in the game right now. So there's a lot of really craziness going on right there. I believe Simple Beam is also one of them, so that's a Golduck egg move. I learned this while doing my Galvanized Geodude. So there's gonna be a lot of things changing, but one thing that has really caught my eye are the rules right here for rated battles, because it says Pokemon Sun, Pokemon Moon, X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire Pokemon may participate, and it says obtained through normal play in these games. So does that mean we don't have to use a Alolan native Pokemon? That we don't need the black plus mark to actually use these Pokemon rated battles? That means all the Pokemon that I've caught and bred in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire I can transfer over and then use in rated battles? Because that's what this sounds like. The Pokemon from XY Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire will be usable after you download the software Pokemon Bank to transfer them. I mean, it sounds like that these are going to be legal, so the Blue Pentagon Pokemon will work with rated battles in Pokemon Sun and Moon? I'm not really sure how to feel about this, because that means it's still worth playing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire right now to breed, train, hatch, do whatever to train up those Pokemon, and it's going to be a lot easier there, because if you already have your battle items, if you already have your breeding Pokemon set up, you can transfer them and use them in raiding battles. Now, I'm not 100% sure on it, but that's pretty much what this sounds like right here. All it says is only Pokemon obtained through normal play or received as a gift are usable, but in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, in X and Y, it said Blue Pentagon Pokemon only for rated battles. Like, this isn't free battles right here. This is everything, so it really makes me wonder about the interconnectivity of the 6th and 7th generation, even though the 6th generation Global Link is completely shut down. Like, we only have the 7th generation Global Link right now, and it also I don't know if it's a slap in the face for people who haven't understood this yet, because when we go back to it, wait, we have some other rules and stuff to break down, that it seemed like a different story. In addition to the Pokemon obtainable in Sun and Moon, Pokemon obtainable in X, Y, Omega Ruby, and Alpha Sapphire will be eligible under the regulations for single and double battle ratings for a set time after the update of Pokemon Bank in January 2017. So, it says a set time. Does that mean once you transfer, you'll have a period of just using these Pokemon straight up? I guess that does kind of make sense, because these Pokemon are already trained and bred, and I also have a list of unobtainable Pokemon right now. So that means that you can go take your Venusaur, run it straight into the rated battles, and then I guess after a season, maybe 2 seasons, now you're going to have to rebreed that same Venusaur that you were just using on the rated battles to then make work with Pokemon Sun and Moon. And by then, we're already like almost a half year into Pokemon Sun and Moon being out, and then we're going to be a year and a half towards whatever new Pokemon game is coming out. Now, I don't know what it is going to be for the generation, but this feels really weird. Also, we can go and take a look at all of the Pokemon that are not obtainable right now, such as the non-Alolan forms of Alolan Pokemon, and just all kinds of random things. Like, I believe there were only, what was it, like 10 Pokemon or even less from Pokemon from like the 6th generation that were actually in Pokemon Sun and Moon. So as you can see, the later on we go into generations, this list really grows. Mantine got a buff, so that's actually going to be really nice seeing Mantine after the Pokemon Bank. But there's some really weird implications, and the language, it doesn't really add up, because it also sounded like, okay, so these Pokemon are obtainable, not the Pokemon that you've obtained in-game, but this makes it sound like the Pokemon that you have obtained in games. So it's going to kind of shift around the format quite a bit, and then also special rules are going to allow Pokemon transferred from red, blue, and yellow versions, so that means the non-Alolan forms of Alolan Pokemon as well, potentially. It's weird. It even says like live competitions, rated battles will allow these Pokemon as well. So I guess it's also the unobtainable movesets right now, like Fissure Machamp. You know, that fun seems like it's going to be allowed on the rated battles and competitions as well from the Pokemon Red, Blue, Yellow transfer. I'm just trying to look it up. I was trying to figure out if there's any other information about Pokebank and stuff, but it seems like this is the only one that we have for the rated battles. And it's weird how it's like added to the Your Time system. It's just awkward. I'm trying to like really piece it together, because it seems like transfer Pokemon will be allowed, and it's in the basic rules. I wonder if they're going to have to change these rules when the quote-unquote certain amount of time is up. Now, one thing that's also really weird about this is I keep misclicking on this right here. But this is going to change the rules almost immediately because it says any of these Alola Pokedex numbers that is in any ball other than a Pokeball. Now, I did a video yesterday about Pokemon's failings right here because it seems like they just knee-jerk reacted to the illegal Beast Ball Porygon 2 without understanding that there's a lot of other Pokemon that cannot be caught in anything but a Pokeball, and this is going to be changed. So this was changed on December 22nd. Next month, we're getting Pokemon Bank, so they're going to have to change the VGC rules again to fit this because you can actually go out in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, catch yourself a Porygon in whatever ball. Now, it can't be in a Beast Ball, but if I wanted to use a Timer Ball, a Great Ball, an Ultra Ball, I can catch a Porygon in that since it is obtainable in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, bring it over, breed it with the Ditto, and then I'm going to be able to get that Porygon in a non-Pokeball. So those rules need to be rewritten. They also need to go and add the starter Pokemon as well as any other cases of gift-only Pokemon from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I'm trying to remember, I guess the starters from that game as well. You can't breed it that way. So it seems like there's going to be immediate rule changes because it's so hectic right now. All the transfer, all the legality, it seems like the Pokemon Company is out of touch with what's going on with Pokemon legality, and they've just let hacking go rampant. They're not trying to shut down PKX, they're not trying to shut down any of these game modification software, and they're not trying to build up any protections against it. That PKX was available before Pokemon Sun and Moon was even released because the crypto on it was really poor apparently and was able to be reverse engineered, but we're not seeing it. Like, where's Pokemon Sun and Moon Update 1.1 to add more layers to at least slow down PKX, to make the developers work at it again, and at least try to buy yourself some time? But no, they're just letting the game be broken. They're letting all these top VGC players cheat at international events and even Worlds, and then the rules don't even follow through with that, with poor punishment and stuff like that. So it's really weird stuff, and I want to go even deeper into this. So yeah, I was actually just looking at this. I was wondering if there were any interesting or new Pokemon. That's mostly going to be based off of this and the paste bin, so you can go and explore that for yourself if you want to see like the now legal moves once we get access to the Pokebank. That's going to change quite a few things. But then I wanted to go and explore the global link because this is from the Battle of Alola. Now, really interesting stuff. So we have Pokemon rankings, like you can click on a Pokemon, you can get stats, you can get its moves, but it's only for Battle of Alola. For the actual rating battles, we have no data. There is no data to display. So the Pokemon Global Link is lagging behind on this, yet they're still publishing for the Battle of Alola. Now, I've been told and I've been hearing a lot of things about tons of illegal Pokemon. Like, we're seeing people use Memento Whimsicott. That's not available right now. That's on this list of illegal things right here. So I was trying to actually look and see if there were people doing things. So let's go by name. Whimsicott. Oh, I was looking up M for Memento. So let's say we take Whimsicott, and then we go and look up Memento. Well, that's not here right now, but that's what makes me wonder if it falls under other moves. But I'm also curious if maybe the information is being obfuscated right here because the Pokemon Company on the Global Link don't, like, that's why it's taking so long. They're trying to purge all the data of illegal Pokemon before they go up and post it, because one thing that really got me, that felt really interesting, as I was looking at Incineroar and its nature or its ability, it shows 100% Blaze. Now, I want you guys to pitch in right now. I want you guys to pitch in right now that if you participated in the Battle of Alola and you saw an Incineroar with Intimidate, please tell me. Please tell me if you saw a Pokemon with an objectively impossible moveset or an impossible ability at this time or something like that. Same with the Primarina. No, it says the ability was 100% Torrent. I'm wondering if this was like a cleansing thing or if they actually stopped these Pokemon from getting on. But from what I've seen, you know, I've actually seen videos of these illegal Pokemon being usable on the battle spot already. I'm wondering if that was actually blocked out, like if those Pokemon were flagged as illegal, or if this is being cleaned up right here. So I want to know if there's like any cover-ups or any interesting stuff like that going on. Like I said, Memento, Whimsicott, anything, any Pokemon from this list right here would be something to note. So I'd love to see the comments on that one as well, if you did participate in it. And I don't really know what else to say right now, that we have all these crazy rules that are now just like, now it's gotten bad. The storm has been brewing for a while. You know, it's been coming, and now it seems like it's all about to fold in on itself as we get the Pokebank coming through. Because that's more hatched Pokemon coming in, that's more illegal Dittos, it's more everything. And then the rules are all, like, the rules can't even handle just Pokemon Sun and Moon. And it seems like the rules are going to have a much harder time once we actually get access to the Pokemon Bank, and then events and all these things start getting through. So it's going to be really interesting, and I think that that's the best way of putting it right now. So tell me what you guys think, tell me about your experiences, and also just how you feel about this rated battle thing. Like, is it a spit in the face that, oh wait, I didn't have to train the Pokemon, you know? I'm trying to give an example. Trevenant. because you can get Trevenant, you can get Drifblim, you can get Snorlax, you can get all these previous generation Pokemon in Pokemon Sun and Moon. Well, apparently you didn't have to train it, because now, just 2 months after the game's release, you can use the ones that you've already trained and bred and everything like that. So I don't know if it makes it worth it in that regard, or if it actually offends people, or if you guys are fine with it. So other things to explore right there, and I think that's what we have for this video right now. So if you guys enjoyed the video, hope you all have a nice day. Rated battles be cray. Thank you very much for watching.